Hello,
Hello. Hi. I
I am
am.
fine.
What's your name?
Yeah, what's your name? I couldn't hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah, and my name is Wahab.
Very good. So it looks like you purchased 3 hours and 15 minutes, but you were hoping to just do 15 minutes today?
Yes,
Okay, sounds good. What would you like to practice?
we can talk about anything, and I have sent you a message. I said to you, I have a YouTube channel, and I will upload this video onto YouTube. You said sure. Do you
Oh,
remember?
yes. No, that's fine. Totally great.
And you just played with your hair because it's YouTube channel. And I think my subscribers want to learn something about, how does Cambly work and how can
Okay.
they speaking English in
Okay,
Cambly.
so Cambly is like a Skype service for people who would like to learn English.
Yeah.
Yes, so you can learn conversational English, or you can practice for upcoming tests, or you can practice business English.
People are afraid of speaking English because they are afraid of making mistakes. They don't
Hmm.
want to make mistakes. And why
Well,
why are they shy? Will you
I
kill them
think
if
that
they make mistakes?
no, I think that a lot of people are embarrassed to make mistakes, but unless you make those mistakes, your teacher can't correct them. So you have
Yeah.
to make the mistakes so that you can learn how to fix it.
Actually, I always make mistake, but you can correct my mistakes, and I won't
Hmm.
do that again. And I think I shouldn't be embarrassed. If I am embarrassed, how can I learn? How
Hmm.
can I improve my English skills? And what's your job? Are you English teacher?
I am a preschool teacher, and I've been working in the ESL virtual classroom for over a year.
Oh, where do you live?
I live in Washington. I live near Seattle.
Oh, I would like to be there.
You would
I
like
think
to be in America?
I am in Turkey, and I'm from Turkey. I didn't say to you, and I live in Istanbul.
Very good.
Yeah. And do you want to come to Turkey one day?
I would love to travel to every country someday.
Yeah, but not in coronavirus days.
No, I definitely will wait until the pandemic is over.
But your country is in the most dangerous now.
Right now,
Yeah, because coronavirus is spreading fastly in
it's
America.
actually it's getting a lot better these days. They made masks mandatory, and so a lot of people have been getting sick, but a lot of people have been following the guidelines and staying home, and our numbers are going way down.
Our numbers are not going down. It's always going up in Turkey.
Oh,
Because people don't care. People don't pay attention to follow
hmm.
rules.
Well,
And
our
they go
government
out.
made it mandatory.
I
Yeah.
think we had to make it mandatory. It was
Hmm.
mandatory, but now I think it's about economy.
Hmm. I
We,
agree. It's
yeah,
hard. You can't let the government or the economy fall while this is happening. People have to make money, businesses have to make money.
yeah. And how can we
Hmm.
change the situation? Because people get close to each other. They just get on bus and
Hmm.
they don't keep their social distance. They go to bazaar and they just do shopping in there.
That's
They get
crazy.
close to each other. There is
Nothing
not.
is worth
Uh,
that. Nothing that you were buying there is worth it.
yeah, it's
Hmm.
worth it.
It's not worth it. No, no, people need to stay home. In America, you're able to order your groceries, they can bring it to your car, and then you don't have to touch anything. You can be safe if you want to. It's just people not wanting their routine to change or not believing that they can get sick.
Do you work from home or do
I
you
do
go
work
out
from
now?
home. I used to work in a school, a brick and mortar school, but after the pandemic, our preschool had to shut down. So now I'm working from home. And so I teach through Q Kids and I teach through Cambly. So I teach really little kids in the morning and then I teach adults in the late morning.
I think you are so lucky. And
I love it.
kindergartens are open now, but private kindergartens are open now in Turkey.
Mm.
And I was really sorry when I saw them. I saw
Hmm.
little children in the kindergartens, and they don't know anything about coronavirus. They don't
Hmm.
know how dangerous, and they just get close to each other. Maybe they will infect to their parents,
Hmm.
and it will spreading. And we
Yes.
have to keep our children at home.
I agree. Our schools are closed right now. So a lot of them are doing online. So they're doing this type of situation as well. I have two children and they're doing it online and having meetings with their teachers. So it's possible as long as you're able to stay on top of it and make sure they're still getting a full experience.
Can they learn effectively?
I think so.
I don't think so. They can't learn effectively,
Oh,
especially
kindergarteners? No, not kindergarteners. That's very difficult.
Yes, kindergartners. But I have a cousin, and she's in the first class, and she didn't know even writing. And how can she learn online? I think she can't. She has to go to school, learn how to write, how to read. Yes, it's really impossible.
I think that it's even harder if their parents aren't there to help them. But I think that if, like, for example, I'm working from home now, so I'm home all day and I can help my kids. But I agree, if I wasn't there showing them how to do it, and if I wasn't there helping them, it would be pretty much impossible for them to learn anything.
Yes, coronavirus gave you a luck, and you can raise your children at home, and you have a time, you can devote more time for your children, and I think they are really lucky. And you teach adult children, and which one is easier?
They can both be difficult. Sometimes the little ones don't like to listen. They have a lot of energy and they want to get up. But sometimes adults don't want to be corrected. They don't like to hear that they're saying something wrong, or they disagree with what we should be learning. So they're both challenging, but they're both fun.
Why they are here if they don't want to be corrected? They have to be there. I'm not
sure. They want it to be quick. Sure. I have a lot of students ask me, how can I become more fluent? And I always say, practice. You have to listen to English. You have to practice English. You have to say it every day. And they don't think that that's the answer. They think that somehow I'll be able to teach them in one lesson, and that's not reality. You have to work at it.
Yes, they want to be fluent in a day. They don't want to wait. They don't have patience.
No, English is a weird language.
Yeah, every language is weird, and if you don't study, you can't learn. How can you learn? Some people say that English is the easiest, language. I don't know it's correct or not, because I just speak Turkish and a little bit English, and I don't know other languages. How many languages do you know?
I know a little bit of German, a little bit of Spanish, and my daughter is trying to learn French, but it's very small, like just a couple phrases in each of those languages. I studied German in high school.
Oh, and you want to learn German? And I want
some. Yeah.
Actually, I want to learn German because my department is engineering, and engineers need to speak German, And
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Germany has a lot of machines, and they always create new machines, and Germany is the best, accommodation to go for engineers. And I want to speak both English and, German. I can forget even Turkish because, English and German are really important in business life. I want to learn it, yeah. And your children want to learn French. And do you think French is difficult?
I don't think that they necessarily wanted to learn it. One of my daughter's teachers was speaking French to them because she learned it in high school. So she was just passionate about the language and trying to show it to them. But usually in America, they don't start teaching a second language until high school. So in high school, they would choose. And I don't think that that's a good idea. I think by that time, it's a lot harder to learn. I wish that they would teach them their second language starting in elementary school. I think it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, it has changed in Turkey. They started teaching English in, kindergarten now, but their way is not true. And they cannot learn English in high school, in, primary school, in kindergarten, even if, in university, because I had a prep school before I started my department. And I had, lost a year in prep school, preparation school. We just got English lessons in there, but we didn't have speaking lessons. You know, can you believe it? We spent a year. We didn't have speaking lessons.
How were they showing you? On paper? You were expected to do worksheets?
Yeah, they had a board and they were just writing some, grammars, and we
But
had.
you don't know.
Yeah.
You can't read English if you can't speak English. Like that's very confusing.
It's very confusing and that's still, boring. When you don't, you won't have fun because we are looking at as a lesson. We are not looking at a language, and
right.
people don't know what's English. It's like math. One of my English teacher came to me and she said, "You are not good at English." But I asked your other teachers, and they said Vahap is good at maths and he can solve all the math problems. And she said, I was surprised that when I heard it, because you are not look like a hardworking student. I said English is not a lesson. You are teaching a lesson, and that's why I couldn't learn.
I don't think many people can learn that way. You have to be able to connect it to your life to make that a lasting memory.
Yeah, but some people are not good at learning languages. But it can take time. Maybe it will take 2 years if you are not good at learning language. But maybe you can learn in a few months.
And you have to use it very often to be able to keep what you learned.
Yeah. What are your hobbies?
I like to read and write, and I like photography and hiking. What about you?
I like cycling, and I like reading books. I like watching TV series, and I like listening to music. Can you have time to do your hobbies now in these days?
I do. Because I work so early in the morning, all of my students live in a different time zone. So I wake up at 4 a.m. to teach, and I finish teaching at 10. So I have from 10 a.m. all day to do my hobbies.
You always stick to your schedule.
I really try. It's difficult. If I sleep in, it's much harder to wake up at 4 a.m. the next day.
I couldn't learn, stick to schedule, and I sometimes try to make my schedule and just stick to it.
Right.
But it's always difficult. Sometimes I don't want to stand up. It's up to my motivation.
Well, my students, though, they sign up for reservations. So if I don't stick to my schedule, I have to be responsible for their day as well. I can't just decide not to show up to class or not teach that day.
Yes, you cannot decide it, and you have to be there.
Exactly.
If you have to do something, and you are gonna do.
Exactly.
And I think it's good. You have to do something to have fun, and you have to make money at the same time, and you have family. I don't know. But I want to go to other countries. How many countries did you travel so far?
I have only been to 2 countries. I've been to the United States, and obviously I was born here. And I have been to Canada. I went to Canada in February.
Oh, and what's the difference between Canadian accent and American accent?
I didn't really notice a difference where I visited, but I only visited in Vancouver. So maybe in different parts of Canada, they would have a different accent, because in different parts of the United States, there's different accents.
But I love Canada, their country is really educated, and their people are really educated. And maybe you can see anyone who is not educated. And it's really a small country, but it's cold.
Oh, it wasn't that cold when I was there. It was perfect. I had a sweater on, and I was just the right temperature. I liked it a lot.
Which season did you go there?
I visited Vancouver.
Oh, it wasn't cold.
Not when I was there. Yeah, it was perfect. It was beautiful the whole time I was there, and everybody was so nice, and the food was really great.
But it could be -20, and you can't even freeze.
I live in Washington, though, and we get a lot of snow as well. And so maybe I'm just used to that temperature.
And you got used to that temperature. But in Turkey, I didn't get used to that temperature. If I go to, Canada, and I think I will be freezed. I will be frozen.
Right. But you'll have fun while you're there. You'll be frozen and have fun.
Yes, I will have fun because I think they are funny people and they don't have a stressful life because they can get a job when they get a job. But in Turkey, it's really hard to find a job. Opportunities are really low. What about
it's based on the pandemic right now. We have really high unemployment rates right now, but it's because so many of our businesses are shut down and because of social distancing. So we'll see, but right now it's very difficult to find a job outside of the home.
Yeah, I think we filled our time, yeah?
Yes, we have. It was wonderful talking to you. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.